So hi nerds! I didn't promise this video, but I said that I would do this. It's the Fandom Interviews time. I am joined today by my roommate, Ray. Say hello.
Hi.
So Ray, tell us, what is the fandom we're going to be talking about?
HOMESTUCK. And they all just left just now. That's the sound of your YouTube channel.
Yeah, all my subscribers are gone. All 7 of them.
Yeah. See.
Just look what
should have started with Zach.
I should have. What's wrong? This is a disaster. Let's just cut now. All right. So the fandom is HOMESTUCK. Let's have some fun with that. Why do you like HOMESTUCK?
It's so stupid. Like, just the amount of bullshit is just overwhelming, and it fits my personality very well.
How long have you been part of this fandom?
What year is it?
2016.
About 2.5 years. I started reading during the Gigapause because a cute guy told me to check it out.
I remember I was there when you started reading it, because it was around the time we first met and when we were hanging out before class, and I asked you what you were reading, and you're like, oh, it's HOMESTUCK. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Good times.
I recall that.
Good times.
We've known each other a long time.
We have. Have you ever contributed anything to the fandom, or have you just been a strict observer? I just noticed your background right now is currently cat. All the HOMESTUCK.
I contribute terrible fan fiction on occasion. And
that's right, you did just finish a really big
I did.
fanfic.
It was my birthday present to me. Happy birthday, me.
Happy birthday, Ray.
Yeah.
What are some good things that come from that fandom?
The art is incredible. Like, the fan art, like, not even just like the art from the comic, but like the fan art is amazing, and a lot of the fan fictions are too. So like the fan products are just mind-blowing, and the cosplays.
Oh yeah.
Because there are a lot of really good HOMESTUCK cosplayers out there, so.
Yep, that is very true.
Goals, basically.
I would have to agree, the cosplays and the fan art are just fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't really read fan fictions as much as I used to, but I still do reblog an occasional fan art of HOMESTUCK.
Yeah,
and
it's just so good.
Yeah, the cosplays are amazing. I have to give props where props are due for the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the fandom that as soon as an arm of a new character shows up, people already made cosplays of it?
I mean, kind of. Basically.
Basically. What are some bad things that have come from this fandom?
I'm gonna have to read it. Well, no, I don't want to say that. We get a very bad rep because a lot of young people like HOMESTUCK, and they have a harder time understanding where the boundary is between, you know, what's appropriate for being enthusiastic about your fandom and what's not. Like, you just get a little too over enthusiastic, and I think right at the beginning I kind of fell prey to that as well, but I mean, once
I did too.
You kind of
it's a learning thing, really.
Yeah, once you start knowing this is what people don't like about the fandoms, then you kind of start avoiding those things. And I mean, it's good to be enthusiastic about fandoms, but yeah, they cross the line on occasion, so.
Seal your paint.
Yeah, I, as a gray cosplayer myself, I seal my friends so much. I'm like, you need sealant? Here's more sealant. How many times have I sealed you? 3? We'll do it again. Do it again. We're gonna do it again. I think I went through a whole bottle last con.
Oh wow. I never had to gray up. I did a Dave cosplay once, and it was terrible. Like, my hair was really long at the point, and I was like, hey, it's blonde, I'll just go with Dave. And I wore, like, the sunglasses over my glasses. So I was wearing 2 pairs of glasses at once. And I was wearing my mom's black work pants because I didn't have jeans, or black jeans at the time. And it was awful. Like,
I mean, you work with what you have. One of the great things about HOMESTUCK is that the designs for the characters are so ambiguous at times that it really gives you a really broad, what's the word I'm looking for?
I love that picture of Hussy, by the way. Anyway, broad, yes.
You're gonna have to, like, add that picture to the video.
You gotta, like, send me that picture later.
But, like, the headcanons, you can, like, make such elaborate headcanons, and they can fit within the canon to a point because they're so, I don't want to say vague with the drawings, but they're so open to interpretation. Open to interpretation.
That's a better word.
It's drawn in MS Paint, so I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Who is your favorite character?
Oh god, Dave Strider.
A man after your heart.
I mean, I love Karkat too. I have to say that they're tied in my affections.
All right.
But Dave, if Dave Strider was a real person, I don't want to say I'd be married to him, but I would like to be married to him. Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you're Dave Strider, come marry me.
Do you want to elaborate on why you like Dave or Karkat a little more?
Dave, I just like both Dave and Karkat. They're such relatable characters. Like,
they're both snarky assholes.
They're so snarky. They're so sarcastic, and they are so crippled with self-doubt that, like, I mean, I see myself in them, so it's like I just want to like protect them because
it's your motherly instincts.
I mean, yeah, yeah.
You gotta love the insecure.
They're so relatable, and Dave's really hot. When people cosplay him or draw him, he's always hot, like every time.
Now for the tough question. I'm gonna ask you your ships, and then I'm gonna ask you your OTP.
Okay.
So let's go ships first.
Ships,
what are your ships
first.
For those of you who don't know, ships is like relationships or pairings that you like characters to be in. OTP stands for one true pairing. So it's like your top of the top ships.
I ship Dirk and Jane as Moirails, which means basically like your platonic soulmate, like your best friend ever. So they're
besties of the
they're besties. I also ship Karkat and Kanaya Pale. So
Pale is also the
Pale's another word for Moirail.
Okay.
Kismesis is like when you hate someone so much.
Hate mance.
Hate mance, yeah.
Love-hate relationship.
It's more like a rivalry. Like it's
Okay.
it's constructive. It's not just like I want to kill you. I want you to die because I hate you. It's like I want you to improve. So let's improve each other by
hating
by being snarky assholes. And I do ship Aridin and Solix in that quadrant.
What's the three-way one?
Auspisticism is when
such a hard word to say.
Is when a Kismesitude gets out of hand and they start actually like
almost
trying to hurt each other, and then someone else intervenes and is like, hey guys, calm your tits. And I do ship Theferi, Aridin, and Solix in that way. Because I'm trash like that. So
who are the mate sprits then?
The mate sprits. Oh, I have a lot of mate sprits pairing. Why don't we just go with a couple? Aradia and Theferi, because that's adorable. Also Solix and Theferi. So
yeah. And
Aradia and Solix. Solix is a pimp, man. And
say so.
I do ship Jake and Dirk. Even though the fandom's kind of labeled that one as a little bit abusive, but I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making it out to be. I don't know. It's open to interpretation.
Your OTP.
Dave Cat.
I knew it.
Red Dave Cat. Oh, my heart.
Why?
They're just so perfect for each other.
Now is this canon? Which is official. Canon is official in case you didn't know.
It was very, very, very heavily implied in one of the more recent updates because, well, you probably have to see the pictures to know for sure, but I mean, if they were like playing hopscotch and like riding piggyback with each other, and
I've seen those pictures.
It was so gay. I mean, how could they not be at least like inching towards that kind of thing? So
yeah,
I mean, a lot of people say that there are Moirails in canon, and some people are saying that it's mate split shipping canon, but there's something going on there, and they're kind of loath to really say what it is outright. But I think we're getting close, so
okay,
fingers crossed.
Awesome. We just talked about your favorites. Now we're going to talk about your least favorites.
Oh man,
who is your least favorite character?
Friska.
Oh jeez.
I hate Friska so much.
I did too.
My sister will get mad at me because Friska's her favorite, but I hate that woman. She sucks so much.
Yeah, you know, when I was in the fandom, I really hated her too. I didn't understand people that liked her, but you know, to each their own. I just personally didn't like her.
I mean, there's actually 2 versions of Friska currently floating around in the verse, and one of them isn't as bad as the other one. She's she's way softened up.
Oh, that's good.
But in the retconned timeline, so like the official alpha timeline right now, Friska's terrible and always has been.
Now we're going on to a really Iffy topic. What is your no TP?
My no TP.
Which is not your OTP, obviously, hence the no TP.
Okay, I have 2 no TPs.
Okay. Please enlighten me and my viewers.
They are John Dave and John Cat. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to
I ship those.
I mean, I'm not going to attack anyone for shipping them. I just personally dislike them.
And that's all the question is just personal.
I don't like it. I do have one of my very favorite fan fictions written for the fandom is a John Cat fanfic. But I still don't like the pairing. I don't know.
That's fair.
I mean,
what is your favorite scene or part of this webcomic? There's so much to pick from, I know.
There is, and there's 2 that I could say, but I'm gonna have to go with the penis Ouija pages. These are the 15 best written pages of dialogue, I think, in the whole of literature. And it sounds ridiculous.
Is that the scene where Carcat's writing something and Dave reaches over and starts making him draw the dicks?
Yes.
Okay. I vaguely remember that scene.
I mean, the dialogue between them is just it's just perfect, and that's a big reason why I ship them, honestly. It's just because they have that dynamic, and it's just, I mean...
That is a pretty funny scene.
It's one of my favorites. That and the intermission. Yeah, I reread the intermission all the time, so...
What is your favorite AUs? Alternate universes. So things that are usually used in fan art or fan fictions.
Favorite AUs. One of my favorite AUs for fan fictions is medieval AUs.
Ah, yes.
I mean, if you've got Dave as a knight, or Dirk as a prince, or Jane as a princess in hiding disguised as a maid, they just fit really well with the aspects for everything. So I know a couple great ones of those, and I love. Otherwise, I basically just have to go with HOMESTUCK, which is the troll characters turned into humans, because that's a fallback of mine.
What is an AU that you've come up with that you really enjoy?
That I've personally come up with? I mean, we could talk about HOMESTUCK here.
If you want.
I mean, shout out to my boy Thomas for coming up with this. But basically, HOMESTUCK is born out of the lamp test, which is to test a character's significance to the plot by, could you replace this character with a sexy lamp and have would the plot change at all, basically? Is this character really important? So, if you replace this character with a sexy lamp, would anything actually change about it? So my friend Thomas and I decided that there are 2 characters in HOMESTUCK who could be replaced with sexy lamps and not have anything change at all. And those characters are Gamzee and Pfeffery.
Okay.
And yeah, so that just kind of keeps cropping up in our thing. It's a very ridiculous AU, but I mean, I did bring up the point that Pfeffery revived the mayor, who's also one of my favorite characters, but he said that a sexy lamp could have done that, so...
Oh, well then. You've heard it here
and
first, folks.
the imagery of Aridin and Solix fighting over just a sexy lamp is...
I'm just picturing that lamp from A Christmas Story.
Yeah, pretty much.
The leg lamp.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright. Sounds beautiful.
Yep. HOMESTUCK. It's gonna take off.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. That's cool. You also created a Hogwarts AU. I remember you working furiously on that last semester.
That was a good time. I need to keep working on that. Yeah, I divided them all up into houses and it worked very evenly. There's the same number in each house and it's super great. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head who was in each house, but Dave and Carcat were both Hufflepuffs. And they like to kiss in their dorm room. It's a good time.
Alright, that's awesome. I remember once I created an AU when I was really into HOMESTUCK. My OTP at the time was Gamzee and Tavros.
That's also a good ship.
I created an AU where Gamzee was working as a clown at a hospital for to cheer up the kids in the sick ward, and that's where he met Tavros, but he was just awful at his job. I only wrote 2 pages and I was like, this is It's not good.
I've read
But it was
an
a good
AU
time.
like that. I've read an AU similar
I think
to that.
I think I have
It's-
too, and that's where I came up with the idea.
It's a good AU. It was a really sad fan fiction too, now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, man. Oh, it's
Didn't mean to
okay.
make you cry.
It's okay.
Do you want me to link people to your fan fictions at all, or would you rather keep that private?
I mean, they're not very good, so, I mean,
Should I link them to your Tumblr page?
you can definitely link to my Tumblr page.
I will link to her
Yeah.
Tumblr page.
If you really, really want the fan fictions, you can message me.
Yeah, there we go. I'll leave a link for her
There's
YouTube
probably a
page,
link on my
or not
Tumblr
YouTube.
too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will leave a link to your Tumblr page in
Awesome.
the description below so that they can go. If they really want to read it, they can message you, figure out a way.
Check me out.
Check her out. Alright, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for interviewing me.
No problem. I'll probably have you do this again some other time with a different fandom, depending on how many friends I can get to do this.
Sounds good.
But this has been the first episode of Fandom Interviews. Thank you for being on the pilot. This is very important. I usually like to leave a topic for people to talk about in the comment section below if they feel like talking, so let's talk about Homestuck, I guess.
Let's talk about Homestuck.
If you have any answers to some of the questions we talked about, feel free to leave a comment.
Yep.
Like this video if you want to see more Fandom Interviews. I definitely want to do more because this was really fun. Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you.
And subscribe for more. Alright, bye guys!
Bye.